As we dance. As we dance, 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 as we dance. Hello, everybody. I will give you all a couple seconds to join. So we know Facebook, it takes a little bit of time, Hey, Ashley Nicole Brown, how are you? I love that you're always available in the middle of the day to keep me company. How are you, Ashley? Hey, Alfonso, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Hey, Roxanne, good to see you. Renee? Thank you, darling. It's good to see you. If you haven't shared the video, I would really appreciate you taking a minute to share. And if you want to give hearts and likes and all of that great stuff. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Mike Stark. How are you? And share. I would appreciate it. I always appreciate the love. And of course, I always try to give valuable information. Hey, beautiful to you too, Elizabeth. I always try to give valuable information. So I think it's always share worthy. And if you know people that are entrepreneurs or authors or speakers, definitely this is stuff that they could use. Hey, Frank. Hey, Raymond. How are you? Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you for inviting followers. I thank you. Oh, from Finland. What time is it in Finland? We have somebody on from Finland. What time is it in Finland? Thank you, Umar. I appreciate it. Having a decent voice is sometimes good when you're in the radio business. So I always appreciate when people compliment me on my voice. It's kind of how I made my money for a long time. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Good to see everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. Well, hello, Paris. It's good to see you. How do you pronounce your name? Chazela? I don't know. I'm not really good with names, so I apologize for that. I want to encourage everybody. I'm doing a free webinar tomorrow about how to get more media for your business. So I just want to encourage everybody to join. It's absolutely free. The website, I put it in the post. But for Periscope, it's bit.ly /cost of fame. Thank you, Quentin, for sharing the broadcast. I appreciate it. Hey, Cleveland. It's not Finland, but it's good, right? We've got Cleveland on Periscope. Hey, Brandy, how are you? Hey, Ephraim, good to see you. Oh, just saw you, Leonard? Okay. Leonard is much easier than what I was trying to say. Hey, Tim. Hey, Pastor Marty. Good to see you. Hey, Ivan. So today I wanted to talk about, give you some tips on how to get more media and how to possibly get media in the next 24 hours. Hey, James, thanks for joining. Hey, Mike Stone, good to see you again. I appreciate all the shares. Thank you so much. So if you are an entrepreneur or you are a author or you are a speaker and you would love to get more media for your business, just type me in the comment line. I just want to try to get kind of an idea of how many people are looking to get media. Pastor Mike, I am great. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, Fran, thanks for joining the broadcast. Oh, I said it perfectly? I didn't even take French, so that's really great. Didn't even take French. Well, good. So people do want to get media. That's great to see. And like I said, I'm really focused, especially as we end the year so that we end it profitably. Hey, Erica, how are you? I want to encourage people to really think about adding media as a part of their strategy for how to get more visibility for their business. Hey, Archie, I am having a wonderful day. Oh, you're going to open a business in the next 3 months. Thank you for sharing, Ephraim. So that's exciting. So you definitely want to absorb this information as you can. So like I said, the topic kind of today, what I wanted to focus on was to give you some quick tips on how you could possibly get more media for your business or for your brand. Hey, Angelo, in the next 24 hours. So the first thing is, hey, Cheryl. The first thing that you can do is to just look at some of your favorite programs or publications that you think really fits your business or your brand. So that could be Essence Magazine, that could be CNN, that could be, a certain show on CNN, that could be MSNBC, that could be a whole bunch of things. And just look at those programs or look at those publications and also think about your ideal audience. Hey, Yanni, how are you? Think about your ideal audience and who would benefit from this as well. Hey, Christian, good to see you. Thanks for all the shares, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't shared as yet, I would be so stoked. That's my oldest son's word now, stoked. I would be so stoked if you could share. And so find the publication, look at it, make sure if you're listening to it, watching it, reading it, make sure that it fits not only you, but it also fits your ideal customer, your target audience member. And then you might want to find a story. Hey, Yanni, good to see you, honey. You find a story that you either have an opinion on, a similar opinion, or a different opinion. Hey, Angelo, thank you for that. And if you could provide an additional commentary or a different kind of view, then look for the journalist that either wrote the article or the producer of the program or something like that. Reaction about the murder of press. Well, yeah, that's always important. So if you have a different opinion or a similar opinion, you can email or contact that journalist, give them a brief write-up. Hey, Bobby, give them a brief write-up of what your opinion is and why it's important to the story. And yes, well, dig the well deeper, I guess, if you could. But you just want to provide your voice as the expert or the authority. Hey, Kevin, how are you? As the expert or the authority on a certain subject, and see if you can get some press that way. I mean, people are always looking, especially the media, I think, are always looking to kind of continue the conversation, past a certain point. And they always want to provide opposite thoughts and opposite interpretations. So those are my 3 quick tips. I just wanted to pop on really quickly and let you know that, to remind you about the webinar. If you haven't signed up, it's tomorrow. And we're just talking about how to get more media for your business or your brand. Hey, Wayne, how are you? So the website is bit.ly/cost of fame. That's bit.ly/cost of fame. It's tomorrow at 9. It's absolutely free. And we are just giving you some tips and some tools and some strategies in order to get more media for your business. I think it is crucial. What about for photographers? So Yolanda, I mean, I think that, anybody that has a certain specialty, you are considered an expert. So if you want to talk about photography in a certain way, you really just have to come up with, what your angle is. It really is, whenever you're an expert in anything, it really is about coming up with an angle. I don't know if you have any other interests besides photography, if you're like an entrepreneur as well, but you really, hey, Jisharon, how are you? Oh, yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, Medora. But it's really about coming up with the right angle for whatever story it is. So obviously it's a little bit easier if you're a financial expert or like a relationship expert. Those can lend themselves very well. But if you have just like a small niche, then you probably, it's probably going to be a little bit easier for you to be seen as the go-to expert. So Yolanda, one good topic that I had for a client that could lend itself to you as well is that not only you're an entrepreneur, but you're considered a creative. And so as a creative and a creative entrepreneur, you have a specialty that a lot of us don't have. And so you could talk about different topics like how to build a business as a creative, what the switch was for you as an entrepreneur. Hey, Charles. Hey, Troy. Thanks for joining. And all of these different kinds of things. So I think it's really, really possible for you to become, the go-to person in the field of photography as a business. So just think about those kind of things. Or another, internet radio, absolutely. Internet radio, they're always looking for experts. They're always looking for content. So that's a great that's a great area to start pitching as well. Hey, Rhonda. Also think about, photography for children. Is it a good way for children to gain self-esteem? You got to start thinking about like all those different kinds of topics. Hey, Cheryl. So Cheryl says she's a children's book author, and it's kind of hard to find a consistent audience with the exception of fairs or events. You need consistency. So I guess my question to you, Cheryl, would be, somebody in Periscope asked me where do you go to get your weaves? Well, this is braids. So I'm not sure. The person who braided my hair put it in. I don't know where they went to go get it. So I have no weave advice really for you, honestly. So I apologize for that. But I'm sure if you go to your local store, you'll be able to figure it out. So I guess my question to you is like, what is your target audience when it comes to your children's book? Do you focus on self-esteem? Do you focus on bullying? Do you focus, like, what is the overarching message? And then focus on that. I mean, I think that a lot of people, especially programs that focus on mothers, or parents, are always looking for different ways to make sure that their children lead better lives, if that makes sense. So become, kind of the expert on whatever the overarching subject or the basis for your books are. So I would consider that. Hey, George Daniels, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So make sure that you guys sign up for the webinar. It's bit.ly/costoffame, all lowercase. And we're going to be giving you tips and tools and really helping you put together a strategy for how to get more media for your business. So we'll talk about angles. We'll talk about pitching. We'll talk about the dreaded press release. We'll talk about all of those kinds of things because they really all kind of work together, like when you're looking for that strategy. So it's really important. You're welcome, Cheryl. I hope that was helpful. So I just wanted to pop on real quickly. It was like the middle of the day. I was between meetings, but I was working with a client on different ways to get media. And so I thought about that, like, just a real quick tip on how you could get media in the next 24 hours. I think really the key to media is in addition to having